tall and the difference between it and the ordinary clay-based absorbents. What I have here is some very dirty used motor oil, which is what you're going to run into in most service shops. First, we'll take some of our 6000 Sorbitol and sprinkle it over the oil spill. What you want to do is cover the oil spill adequately with enough material to soak it up. And I'll do the same thing with traditional based All-Sorb or clay-based absorbent compound. While these are soaking, I will tell you some of the difference between these two compounds. The advantages of Sorbitol over the clay-based compound is, number one, the Sorbitol is a much lighter product, so that if your customer is disposing of their used absorbent as hazardous waste, the Sorbitol will save you quite a bit of money, save your customer quite a bit of money because it's so much lighter. Hazardous waste is priced based on the class of waste that it is as well as the weight. So the clay-based compound is basically dirt. It's very heavy, and when you're paying by the pound to have it hauled off, it can get quite costly. The other disadvantages of using a clay-based compound is the fact that it will scratch a nice sealed floor. If a truck runs over it because it's dirt, it can dull the finish, it can scratch the floor. Also, it cannot be incinerated because dirt doesn't burn. The Sorbitol will burn, so if your customer has an incinerator and they're burning some other waste products, they can burn the Sorbitol as well. In using the Sorbitol, it will leave the floor without a film at all. So you don't have any slip hazard left behind after using our new Sorbitol. Let me show you how this will work now. As I move the squeegee over this, you can see how the Sorbitol just soaks up the oil. Leaves no residue behind at all. The pieces of Sorbitol that are clumped up like this is what has your oil in it. That can be separated from the other compound if your customer would like to just reuse what is left over. And you can see how clumped up it is and how easy it is to separate. The clay-based compound, I can move that over even 3 or 4 times, and you can see it still leaves a lot of oil behind. It doesn't get it completely clean, and this still represents a slip hazard here where this is completely dry. Sorbitol will actually absorb 6 times more oil than All-Sorb will. So you're going to use a lot less of this product and going to get a more thorough job when you have an oil spill. Okay, I want to talk about our 6001 ES Microsorb. The Sorbitol is used for, of course, your industrial accounts, your shops and stuff like that. Microsorb is going to be targeted more towards hospitals, hotels, health clubs, schools, school buses, places like that. And this is an absorbent that's pretty broad-based, can absorb almost anything. It has an antimicrobial in it which will stop the spread of bacteria and eliminate some odor. This stuff kind of looks just like sawdust or something like that, but it's a very high-tech formula. It has a lot of different polymers in it that make it so absorbent. And I just wanted to show you how this stuff works. Just putting some in a beaker, and these are really desktop demos you could do if you like, just to show you how much this will actually absorb. And when the product is done absorbing, it looks like it has all these little crystals in it. So your customer will know that it's not just a, like sawdust or like a normal floor sweep or something like that. You saw how little I had in this beaker, and as I continue to add water to it, it just continues to absorb more and more. It also has a little bit of a spearmint fragrance, so someone gets sick or something, it helps to mask the odor. It's not overpowering or anything, but the main thing that stops the odor is the antimicrobial, which stops spread of bacteria as well as odor. You can see how much this just continues to absorb, and I'll continue to add water to this, and you can see it'll just keep working. So the customer, it takes very little of this product to do the job. Another demo that you can do, if you like, as a desktop demo, is to take an ordinary paper sack, like a lunch sack, put some Microsorb in it, and I don't have much in there. It's filled up to about right here with Microsorb. Then you can take some water and pour it into this sack to demonstrate how this stuff will absorb the water. I mean, normally if you're pouring water into a thin paper bag like this, you're going to have it breaking through. As you can see, it's still soaking up the water. If I can pour it in here without hitting the edges, I can show you how effective it is. We'll let that continue to work. Now this bottle will pour some more back into this beaker. This is still dry and can absorb more in the beaker. Everybody's afraid of bacteria, and there's so many bad bugs going around today that it's an important feature. This is still soaking. I'm going to let it work some more, and then I'll continue to add some water into this sack. Selling is all about a little bit of showbiz, so if you can demonstrate this in front of your customer, and it can make a point with them, instead of just going in and saying, we have a product that it's a good absorbent, you can actually show them what it does. A demonstration can do wonders. So I poured a little over a pint of water into this paper bag, and you can see that it's still holding together and that the Microsorb is still absorbing the liquid. So this is a good desktop demo for you, as well as if you just want to get a glass jar and demonstrate this way. It's still soaking it up, so I filled up almost this whole beaker, and I just put an inch or so of Microsorb in the bottom. So these are two good desktop demos that you can use to demonstrate to your customer how this product works. There's a lot of prospects for it. We just introduced the product in Scottsdale, and already we're seeing good orders for it across the board. So get out and sell your fair share of it. I want to talk about our new Foremost FM 4039 ES Versatiles. This is a very versatile product. You can use it for cleaning hard surfaces, as well as its primary use, which is using it for a hand cleaning towel. And we tested a lot of these towels on the market, and this one is really effective. It can work on paint, grease, oil, all kinds of grime, and it has a nice citrus fragrance to it. It has a lot of emollients and stuff. I don't know why I get to do this. This is my job, but it's got a lot of emollients and stuff in there to keep your skin from drying out when you use it. This is used motor oil, and I'm just going to take one of these towels and show you how it works. The towel is very strong, so you know, no matter what kind of stress you're putting on it, it still will hold together. It doesn't disintegrate in your hands. And you can see it's a very effective cleaner. Even down around the cuticles and your nails, it just dissolves all the grease and oil on your skin. This is great for any type of body, any type of person in the industrial business, service people who go out in their vans. These are easy to carry with them. If you have a lot of people working in a plant and they're running back and forth to the bathroom to wash their hands, it can be more productive by putting one of these on their bench and just letting them use them during the day as they go along to clean up with. So they're very handy, they're portable, they won't dry out on you if you keep them sealed up. There's nothing to spill. If they throw them in a hot van in the summertime, they don't melt like the regular waterless hand cleaners. So there's a lot of benefit to Versatowels. Again, it's like all of our products. If you show them to your customer and demonstrate them, then you will sell them. If you go in there and tell them we have a new hand cleaner towel, would you like to try some? You're not going to sell them. You have to get your hands dirty or find somebody in the shop with dirty hands and get a good demonstration. Now I want to talk about a new threat in your community, a health threat. Every man, woman, and child who uses a community facility, whether it be a locker room in a college or a health club or a hospital or tables in a lunchroom at a school, any community facilities, buses, wherever you run into a lot of people and everybody's touching the same surface, there's a bacteria out there now that is called MRSA, MRSA, and what this stands for is methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. And what makes this particular bug so dangerous is it has mutated and become resistant to the most common antibiotics. So when you get infected with this bug, and you may not even know that you have it for a while, you can go to the doctor, he can give you some antibiotics, and still this bug can continue to multiply and grow in your body. So basically your body becomes a host for the bacteria, it becomes the home, it becomes the nutrition, and this stuff can run away to the point where it can become a fatal infection. There's been a lot of panic in the school systems. You have one person get infected and they have shut down entire school systems. You can Google it on the internet, MRSA, and you will see all types of horror stories about what this bug can do. And Delta has introduced a line of products that are certified to be effective against MRSA. One of them is Citrafect. This is a handheld aerosol which basically can be sprayed in the air. To be effective, really, you can wet down a surface with it and just let it air dry and evaporate. It has a nice, pleasant citrus fragrance, but it's very effective in killing a host of bacterias and viruses. But in particular, the hot spot right now is the MRSA. And this product, all of these that I'm showing you, are effective against that. MRSA used to be a bug that you would only come into contact with in hospitals, because that's where all the antibiotics were being used. The bug became resistant in the hospital and you had the chance of picking it up from a surface in the hospital. Now you might see MRSA specified as CA MRSA, which means community acquired MRSA, because MRSA is one of the few bacteria that you can actually pick up from a hard surface. So you can be in a locker room, somebody comes in there who's infected, the bug gets off their body and onto a bench or onto a door handle or onto a shower handle. You touch it, you can become infected. So that is why this is such an important product now. If you were infected with MRSA and you went to the hospital and the doctor says, well, we can't use the normal antibiotics, we got to use a combination of these exotic antibiotics, but they're very expensive, I don't think you would have a price objection at that point. You'd say, do anything to make me better. And the same thing goes with these products. MRSA is such a liability that price should not even enter into the issue. If you can help somebody protect their facility, what price can you put on somebody getting sick? What price can you put on having to shut down a facility for a week until everything is disinfected? There's no price you can put on it. Preventive maintenance is the best solution. The other product is called SaniFog, 4570 ES SaniFog. This can be used as a handheld aerosol to shoot surfaces, but its primary purpose is to be used as a fog. It has a special top on it, so it's a total release aerosol. And you press that top down, and once you do, it just keeps spraying. And you put one of these cans for each 6,000 cubic feet. Great for schools, great for locker rooms, great for school buses, anywhere where they just want to put one down on the bench. It's great to use in showers. Both the Citrafect and the SaniFog, besides sanitizing, they will stop that black mold from growing in the showers. So if you spray the surfaces down, it's going to kill that mold. It doesn't disappear right in front of your eyes, but within a matter of days, that black mold starts to lighten up and go away. And if they clean the shower and then spray it down with this, they're not going to have trouble with the mold. I'm going to depress this down and let you see how it works. Okay? Here we go. It just continues to fog. All right. So that's how the SaniFog works. You depress it and it keeps going. The next two products in our arsenal against MRSA, one is the SaniWipes, which is an all-purpose towel that's used to wipe down hard surfaces. Very convenient. If you don't want to spray an aerosol and get a citrus fragrance everywhere, you can put this on someone's desk or in a locker room or in a toolbox or truck, wherever you want it. And they can just pull out a towel, wipe down the hard surfaces, and protect themselves that way. And last but not least is our 4023 ES Handy Sand. If you hadn't demoed this, this is a great product. Just a couple of foamy squirts in your hands is all you need. It smells great, it dries non-tacky, and it has no alcohol in it, so your skin stays soft and doesn't get dried out like the alcohol compounds do. Again, very portable. Put in your toolbox, put in your locker. Drivers can carry it in their glove box. Everybody should be using this, not only as a protection against MRSA, but as we come into the flu season. Most flu is spread by people shaking hands, touching each other, so Handy Sand becomes that much more important.